and say good afternoon, everybody. Big waves out there. And if this is your first time doing a Zoom with us, we do the double hand wave because it's fun. So thank you so much for joining us today. Happy Wednesday. Always excited and honored to jump on here. So just a little bit of background about me. My name is Andrea Rosser. I've been a part of our beautiful industry for just about 15 years. It's changed every single aspect of our life for the better. And I'm excited to share some of that with you. So this system that we're about to share is helping people all around the globe literally move their business to the next level. So we're going to walk you through kind of the basics of it. We'll take a little break and we'll walk you through a little bit more advanced if you choose to stick around, but we're excited to share all of that. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And there we are. And this is our getting started training. So part of what I want each and every one of you to have is your Facebook in professional mode. And this is going to allow you to schedule your posts, which makes your life a little bit easier. Anybody on here ever busy? Anyone? Anyone know? Yeah, right? Like we're all busy. Even the days that we're not busy, we're busy. We're distractible. We are busy humans. And one of the key components of what we do here is being consistent. And so one of the ways that we can do that is we can schedule our posts so that we know they're going to consistently be out there twice a day. And if you're busy, this is going to be a lifesaver for you. So in order to do that, you're going to go to your Facebook. Right under your profile, there's going to be 3 little dots. If you click that, it's going to open up a menu. Now, we learned the other day that if you have professional mode on and you turn it off, it's a little bit of a struggle to turn it back on and you kind of have to start over. So just check if it says turn off professional mode, don't touch it. But if it says turn on, go ahead and turn it on. And just know, yeah, I see you. Just know that it's not going to change your security settings or your privacy settings. You still have the ability to set all of that up and be very particular depending on what your needs are. But professional mode does allow you to schedule. Now, I recommend that you turn this on the minute you get started, because it's going to take about 24 hours for you to be able to start scheduling your posts. So that's going to be the first step. Now, this right here are some resources that we have for you. And what I would recommend is that you take a screenshot of this screen right here and realize that all of this can be found on boards, but if you don't have boards, this is going to help you get there. But this is access to all of the tools that I recommend that you have in your toolbox, that you make sure that you and your team all have installed on their phone and have access to. So there's kind of 2 lines here. The top one are the tools. The bottom ones are the things that we would love for you to plug into. So first one is boards. And we are literally like 3 minutes into this Zoom. And I've already messaged boards 87,000 times. So I want you to maybe realize the priority or how important it is. Boards are a key component of what we do. You could do everything we do here without it, but it would be a lot harder. So it's going to make your life a lot easier. So I highly recommend that you get that installed. Telegram we use for a couple of different ways. One is a one-way communication. So that's where we let you know about this Zoom right here. We let you know about our Wednesday night Zoom. We let you know about sales. We let you just know about different bigger events, all the different things that are going on in the PartnerCo world. We're going to tell you on that Telegram channel. We also have a second Telegram channel that is a boosting group. And in that group, hold on, we're going to sorry, had to clean that up a little bit. In that boosting group was where you can put your posts in there and have people boost your posts, love on them a little bit. We'll talk about that in a moment, but those are the 2 different ways that we use Telegram. Circle of Health is our product group. Now, this is where we allow our customers and brand partners to go learn about the drops, to ask their questions, to, have all the little things solved for them. What do I have for breakfast? What do I have for lunch? Whatever it may be. That is what Circle of Health is for. Now, I'm going to add some language in there to say that this is a prospecting group for you and your prospects, and for me and my prospects. And so what does that mean? There's going to be a lot of people in there that are not connected to the company just yet. They're just trying to learn about it. So we want to be very respectful in there. We want to be really careful on how we ask our questions and how we support people, because we don't want to be the thing, right? That we ask a question or we answer a question a little harshly. And that's the thing that makes somebody say, never mind, I don't want to do this, right? So we want to be very respectful in that group and just realize that those are everybody's prospects. Now, with that, we want to make sure that you get credit for yours. So how do you do that? You want to make sure that when you're inviting people in there, that you're asking them to fill out the questions. It's going to ask them, who invited you to this group, who shared the drops with you. And that's going to tie them to you so that when they say in a month, hey, I want another box and I don't remember who I got it from, or they say, I want to try some of these other products, that there's not all these sharks swimming around saying, oh, okay, I'll help you. No, no, no. We're going to go look and we're going to say, okay, Dan is the one that invited this person. And we're going to go message you and say, okay, Dan, Michelle asked about Pure Nourish. Will you get back to her? So we're going to direct it back to you so that you get credit for it. Now, the next group is Partner Conation. And this is our community for brand partners. So any business questions, any money talk, anything like that, you can ask in Partner Conation. And also it's where another place where we share what's going on in our world. So you'll see Drop Talk flyers in there. You'll see Super Saturdays. You'll see different events. But the big thing that we do in there is we love on you. And so my number one request today, if like nothing else happens, my number one request is that you make sure that you're in Partner Conation and you're getting your new team in there when they join as well. Why? Because we want to brag on you. We post flyers every single week where we celebrate people for going gold and ultimate, where we celebrate you for hitting next rank advancements, for enrolling brand partners, for moving boxes of drops, whatever it may be. And the only way we can celebrate you is if you're there. Nothing makes me more sad than when I go to tag you in a celebration post and I'm like, oh, they're not even here. I'm still going to post it, but you never saw it. So we want to make sure that you're in there and that you're adding your team. And then the last item is the Partner Co-Share app. This is the company, it's third party, but it's the company's app that has information about all of our products. It's got training videos that show us, how do I make a smart link? How do I do like all the basic things for my business? Also has some, fancy little Zoom backgrounds. I'll give you a clue. My office doesn't look like that, but it's cute and pink because of that Zoom background. So you can find that on there. So I would recommend that you get all of those items installed on your phone in order to have those tools. Now, the second line is where I would love for you to plug in. These are different events that we have throughout the week, each and every week, where we help you hopefully with your mindset or your business. Coach's Corner is all about mindset. So we do 15 minutes of positivity to kick off the day. It's a lot of fun. We're going to sing you happy birthday, very off key, but we're going to do our best. And we're going to pick a word of the day where we just do a little self-development, just a little positivity so that you can kick your day off in the right headspace. IPA Zoom, I call it the cheat code. So I'm not a video game person, but like that's all I can think of is, I have children and they talk about, or once upon a time they did that they got this cheat or that cheat. And what did it do? It allowed them to take their game to the next level, kind of an easier way. That's what the IPA Zoom is all about. So if I do something today, right, that causes income in my business, I'm going to get on there tomorrow and I'm going to tell all y'all about it. So I'm going to say, oh my gosh, I moved 10 boxes of drops yesterday. I posted A and then I said B and then C was my results. I don't say it to brag. I say so that you can go copy the exact thing that I just did, because that's what it's about. It's not about us bragging. It's about you being able to get the same information and be able to go get same or better results. Okay, so that's what the IPA is for. And then Wednesday Wisdom is similar in that we pick somebody who's winning. right? Somebody that's got wisdom to share, and we invite them on to share so we can go copy it, right? That's all it's about. So we pick different people that are doing big things in their business. Maybe they're rank advancing, maybe they're helping a lot of people on their team rank advance, maybe they're moving a lot of boxes, whatever it looks like, but I'm going to invite them on. I'm going to say, okay, tell me what you're doing so that I can go do what you do. Okay, so those are kind of our resources, tools in our tool belt that we want to plug into. Now, the next thing that we want to do is we want to get your social launch. Now, why do we do this? Why do we post twice a day? Why are we trying to move boxes this way? Well, because this is the fastest way that we found that will get you to gold and ultimate. What is that? Well, that means that you've added 1,500 PV in personal volume into your business, and you maximized the comp plan. You maximize your pay from day one forever for the life of your business. You only have to do this once. It's not something you have to requalify for, but it is a huge part of our business, and we want to get you there as quickly as possible. So we do that through a social launch. So if you go onto Boards, you will see that we've got 6 weeks worth of content for you to post twice a day about this beautiful Skinny Drop product. Now, why do we start with that product? Because it's a visual product. It's something that people can see the results. So they don't necessarily have to know you, trust you, love you. They just have to go and say, okay, before and after, before and after, before and after. Okay, I want those results. It's a very much a show me product instead of a tell me product. So it's going to help move your people around the bases, which is what's going to grow your business. So here's how we do it. We post twice a day. I recommend that you do a personal post for your first post, and there's an example of that on Boards where you pretty much, and I actually did one today because I'm restarting my cycle, right, for the 6-week program. I think it was today or last night. I don't know. I scheduled it, but I just did a little selfie and I said, I'm kicking middle age to the curb, and something about, this is the year that I'm going to be healthier than I've ever been. Give me a comment or something if you want to jump along or follow along. Now the script is on Boards, so go copy that. Don't copy me right here because I don't remember what I said, but there's a good example on there and you can customize that one as you see fit. But from that point forward, your goal for the next 6 weeks, post twice a day in the exact order that they're there, using the exact terminology that's on there. Why? Because it's all been crafted by people much smarter than me that said, okay, this takes person from not interested to interested, from interested to very, very curious to committed to getting started, right? So it's moving people around the bases. They're crafted very intentionally. So are the scripts. So I would recommend that you just start now and just start posting twice a day. Facebook says the majority of eyeballs are going to be on there at 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. I will add something to that is you want to make sure that you can be on Facebook for those 2 times. So if 9 and 3 doesn't work for your schedule, Napoleon, you're always jogging at 9 and then you are cleaning the pool at 3 and that's your daily schedule. I don't know. I can't think of anything, Napoleon, but if that's your normal schedule, then I'm going to recommend that you pick 2 times that you can. If you're a school teacher and you're like, I'm out the door by 7:30, I'm going to say, well, when do you drink your coffee in the morning? Do you have some time that you sit down and you normally scroll? And you're like, well, I do that at 6:15. Perfect. Then you're going to post at 6:30 and then maybe 3:30 when you get out of school, whatever your day looks like, because you want to be able to take about 15 minutes before your post to go be social on social media. Wish people happy birthday. Go send some messages to some friends. Happy anniversary, cute cat, love your breakfast. I wish I was eating that too. Whatever it may be, right? Go be social on social media for about 15 minutes with people outside of Partner Co. that you can engage with. Why? Well, that's going to put you in all those people's news feeds, right? It's going to boost your algorithm and all that fancy stuff that they talk about. And then you'll make your post. You might even boost your post. I don't mean pay Facebook. I mean, go copy your post and put it in a boosting group and go have some of us go love on your post. And then you're going to go respond to people's comments as quickly as possible. And that's going to be, about the 10 minutes after you post. Okay. Now, for the boosting group, We've got a bunch that are in Facebook Messenger. So if your upline didn't add you to one, feel free to message me, and don't message me on Messenger. I get way too many lovingly messages there. I'm so grateful. Text me. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. I'll put my phone number in here, so don't worry. But if you're not in a boosting group or you're not quite familiar with what that means, reach out to me. We'll make sure that you're in one group or another. We've got them on Telegram. That's probably the biggest one. But the way that it works is that if I make a post, I go throw it in Telegram and I ask people to boost me. Now, am I assuming that it's their job to boost me? No, I'm going to go boost the 10 people before mine. I'm going to go love on their posts, and I'm going to hope that I put out enough good vibes into Partner Co world that people are going to turn around and say, hey, she commented on my post last week. I'm going to go comment on theirs, right? And so we're just going to keep going back and forth that way. Now, when people message me, are they going to comment on my post? Rarely. Right? If I'm feeling fluffy, am I going to go to Melissa's post and go, oh my gosh, I am the before picture in this, help me? Probably not. I'm probably going to go to her private message, right? And I'm going to say, okay, Melissa, that looked really interesting. Tell me what you're doing. So just realize that most of your prospects, most of the activity, every once in a while we get them on the post, so watch them and respond. But most of the activity is going to happen over in Messenger. And that is where you're going to use the scripts. You're not going to answer the questions on the post. You're going to answer them in the scripts. Okay. We're going to keep the curiosity on the post. We're going to love their comment. We're going to say, hey, lady, I got you. You're going to interact with all the Partner Co people that respond to your posts, because that's going to boost your algorithm, right? We're going to do all of that. But the meat is going to happen in Messenger. And that's where I'm going to use the scripts. I'm not going to change anything. I might add their name, but that's it. I'm going to follow the program. And then the minute somebody buys, okay, so the minute somebody says, okay, I want the drops, I am going to add them to Circle of Health. I ship most of my boxes. I don't have a lot of people in my local area, and I use a program called Pirate Ship. It makes our life so much easier. Highly recommend it. It's on boards, so you can go find information on how to install it, or, actually you have enough to install. It's a website, how it works. But it's going to save you about $3 a box to ship, and they're going to pick it up off your porch, which makes your life so much easier. So I love Pirate Ship, but so I'll have to look in there and say, okay, I didn't, Ty, the last box, let's say, was it to a gentleman named Ty. I'm going to look, and it's going to tell me when he's going to get it. And the day that he gets it, I am going to add him to Circle of Health. I'm going to tag him in Dr. Crystal's Let's Get Started video. And then I'm going to send him the getting started message that's in boards. And then I'm going to follow up with my customers weekly. And I was asked last night on a Zoom, and they said, well, what's the one thing, like the most important thing of all the things that we do here that is going to help us with our success? And what's the one thing you wish you had done differently? And I'm going to say it's this right here, this customer flow. And when we first got started, it took us a minute to really perfect this process. And we had people kind of fall through the cracks, and we had people that we waited 3 weeks to respond to, and all of that. So I'm going to say to you guys, if there's one thing that you can do here to move your business to the next level and to maximize your success, it's going to be love on your customers. And this is what it looks like for me. And this is what I recommend. First of all, the minute they get started, they have the box in their hands, I'm going to send them the getting started text, and I'm going to invite them to Circle of Health or whatever product group you're using, so that they have the tools, they know how to use the product, and they're in part of our community. A big part of this is being a part of the community. So we want to make sure that people are being welcomed in. And then I literally set a reminder in my phone, and I've had a Trello board, I've had an Excel file, I had a notebook. Like, I followed up with my customers and or tracked my customers in a variety of ways. The easiest that I found is I literally say, hey Siri, or whomever is in your phone, remind me tomorrow morning to follow up with Brenda week 1. And I literally, Brenda, I'm going to follow up with you next week. But I literally will wake up in the morning, and I have all of my reminders for the day. I jot them down on a piece of paper, and I just start working through it. And it's so easy so that I know that every day I'm following up with the appropriate week, because I do put that in the reminder to make sure that everybody gets followed up. So what does week 1 look like? It's super neutral. So and all of these scripts are where? They're on boards, so you can go find them in there. But it's going to be so neutral because I want them to feel like they can ask me a question. So I'm going to be like, hey, tell me a little bit about these drops. How's it going for you? Really neutral. And then if they come back with going good and they don't give me any feedback, well, I'm going to send them a little, this is my favorite breakfast. Are you a coffee drinker? This is my favorite creamer. This is my one tip for, drinking water. I'm just going to give them a little love, like a little something, right? But a lot of times what they'll do is they'll say, it's going okay, but, and they give me whatever their pain point is so far. But I've had a little bit of a headache every day. I'm going to say, okay, well, go drink some more water. Here's my tips. It's going okay, but I keep forgetting to take my drops. And I'm going to say, oh, easy peasy. Don't worry about the food around it. Just go set your alarm for 3 times a day and then set a timer for 10 minutes after the first 2. And let's just get those drops in your body. So I'm going to problem solve. If they say, yeah, but it's going okay, but, and it's a problem I can't solve, guess what I'm going to go do? I'm going to go over to Circle of Health and I'm going to search, right? Whatever the issue is, I'm going to search for it and posts are going to come up and I'm going to tag them in a couple of them so that I'm going to say, well, I wish I could help you with that, but I found something. I'm going to go tag you in a group. So I'm going to bring them back to Circle of Health and let Circle of Health answer that problem. Now, why am I doing this? Because week 2 is all about celebrating. So I've got to make sure they're using the product appropriately week 1 so I can celebrate on week 2. And this is what that looks like. And again, it's a script, but I'm going to reach out to them and I'm going to say, and it's very different. I'm going to say, okay, there, give me the good news. How are you benefiting from these drops? So don't tell me what you think. I'm not neutral. It is very positive focus because I want them to come back with a win on week 2. And it might not be a big win. It might be a little win. I don't care, but I want some sort of win. And when I do, then I'm going to say celebrate win reorder text that's on boards where it pretty much says, congratulations, I'm so excited for you. Doesn't it feel good to feel good? Doesn't it feel good to have, a solution to what we've got going on? Consistency is key. I know you're going to want another box of drops before too long. Are you a 1, 2, or 3? And it's going to tell them what they are so they can reorder. 1, save some money or get it from me for $150. 2, save some money. 3, save and earn. And if they say 2 or 3, then I'm going to connect with them, on a call with my 2x2 person. Who's your 2x2? What does that mean? Most likely it's the person that got you started, but they might not know. They could be brand new too, and they might not know. So then I would just say, keep reaching up. Ask them who got you started. You can reach out to me, but all we want is somebody that just has a little bit more knowledge and can help walk them through the slide deck. And even when you've been here forever, bring somebody into that conversation. I don't do any of those on my own. I train on them. I don't do them on my own. I don't care who I bring in. It's like, hey, I've got a call today. Can you come help me? And I'm going to walk through the customer conversion slide deck that's on boards, but I'm going to do it with somebody because our people know us in the way that they know us. They know us as a homeschool mom. They know us in, being in real estate or in sales or whatever it is that you do. They don't know you as a drop expert or a business expert. So if you bring in that stranger, that just adds credibility and it's going to validate what you say. Okay. Now let's say I make it to week 3 and they didn't have a win or I didn't connect. Well, I'm just going to ask. I'm going to send them the week 3 script that says you're almost out of drops. Are you ready for another box? They say yes, then I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, right? I'm going to give them the 1, 2, 3 reorder script. It's like, perfect. And we already went through it, so I don't need to repeat it. Now, week 4, there's no script for. Why not? Because week 4 can be hard. Let's say they get all the way through and they ghosted us. We never heard back, right? Like anybody sold a box of drops, you guys might be new. I've sold plenty where I followed up every week and it was like, I'm like, do I have the wrong number for them? Like, is this not the person that bought the box of drops for me? What's going on? People ghost. It is what it is. But, and if that happens, I'm like, hey lady, I'm so sorry we didn't connect all month long. You're probably out of product. I hope you loved it. If you want more, let me know, right? Then we're going to have people that win, right? They lost their 10, 15, whatever pounds. They're feeling fantastic. And they're like, I'm good. I don't need it anymore. And I'm going to say, I think you're crazy, but okay, peace out. Have a great day. Stay in Circle of Health. We want to keep you as part of our community. We're so glad you benefited. Love you so much. Thanks for trusting me. Bye-bye. Right? Now, maybe they got to week 4 and they hated everything about us. They're like, I don't approve of a single approved food list that does not include Twinkies and Diet Pepsi. If I cannot have Twinkies and Diet Pepsi every single day, I don't want anything about it, and blah, 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 right? Well, then I'm going to say, I love you, and I'm so sorry we didn't meet your needs. Stay in Circle of Health, and maybe you'll find the magic thing that will allow you to have Twinkies and Diet Pepsi every day. And if you figure that out, you let me know, because I'm a fan of Twinkies myself, right? And we just leave it on love, because we have no idea what tomorrow brings. None of us do. Every about 45 days, people's whole lives kind of change, where they're at, what their priorities are. All of that kind of shifts. So we could work somebody through. They could hate us today, and in 6 weeks they come back and say, okay, I want that. And I've had that multiple times throughout the year that we've been following the system, where I've got people that I'm like, oh, please don't buy anymore from me, because you were a grumpy monkey the whole entire time, and I don't know if I want to work with you. But they come back and they've had a little shift, and now they're loving it. They're loving the product. So that's really our customer flow. That's the most important part of what we're going to do here. I'm going to scroll really fast, try not to get you car sick. So sorry. Right here to put my phone number on the screen. Go ahead and take a screenshot of this if you can. Jot it down, whatever. But I'm here as a resource for you. And so just know that if you've got questions, if you need help, reach out to me. I'm going to ask maybe after the Zoom, because I get a little distracted, but I'm going to go ahead and stop the